The program has more than met my expectations, not only professionally but personally. I've grown to really love this country. I know myself, I will continue to learn about the culture and the language of China because I do anticipate having a relationship in some capacity. Being in the position that I get to be in when I go back to work as an assistant principal, I think one of the things that I want to do is just share my enthusiasm about the country so that I can get students and other administrators and other teachers very interested in this program.
This trip has changed my perspective from what I've been told by people who've actually traveled to China, as well as the media in the United States. So as a teacher, I've really learned a key part to help me facilitate my own students' learning in America, and that I think there's a lot, especially in science, that our students can share with the Chinese and the Chinese can share back with us about their work ethic, and also just to be an inspiration for my students to know that they have opportunity that the Chinese would kill for, because they have to compete against millions of kids every year in an exam. And if I can share that with my students, hopefully that will foster relations with the other kids and an understanding of kind of a globalization that they really have to be aware of. So I took a lot from this trip. It's really changed my own perspective on China, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity.
I totally agree with everyone that it has changed my whole outlook about China. I think I always felt like the schools would be very different from what we've seen and experienced. I thought the most important thing that sticks in my mind is listening to the minister talk about the advantages and disadvantages between our school districts, and I thought he was right on, and I felt like if nothing else, just learning from each other would be great for both our school districts. And so I feel that going back, we're going to continue to promote our Chinese program and do what we can to maybe down the road do a culture exchange.
I think for me, the thing that really kind of put a focus on what I think is going to be what we continue with was when we were in the room, and there's the classroom in the hallway, and we had the rock band playing on the Apple computers, and then in the very next classroom there's a group of students learning how to play a very old Chinese instrument, and then at the same time they're playing the same exact song, right? And I thought that that's such a great kind of example of the things that China can actually bring to us, that idea of history and cultural identity, and also the technology, right? And they're much further along in their technology use in the classroom. And then it also saw the ways that we can maybe help them in terms of really allowing for the students to be their own people and make their own mistakes and things. So I think that that was kind of like the pinpoint that showed me kind of those things. But I really want to say thank you so much for having us